Hey guys, Half Chef Will Travel. Today we're going to be doing a Cajun style red sauce, and we've already got our mise en place ready, and the 15 minutes ahead of time really saves time on the back side. Alright guys, we're going to start with just a dash of our herbed olive oil and 2 strips of rough cut bacon. This is not a hot pan yet, and that's because we're looking to render some of that fat out. Okay, so we've rendered some of the fat out. We're gonna drain some of that fat off. I need a little bit to cook with, but not quite that much. So we're gonna drain about half of this off. And if you notice, the bacon's not fully cooked. It's not real crispy yet, and that's because we're gonna go in with a bunch of other stuff, and it's gonna continue to cook. So let's give us a tablespoon of our garlic butter, because again, it's just a big flavor enhancer, and you don't have to just use it on garlic bread. All right, we're going 3 tablespoons of finer chopped leek, 3 tablespoons chopped white onion or yellow onion, either one, 3 tablespoons of celery, 3 tablespoons of green pepper. If you check the channel, we have videos on all of these and how to prep them for this. We're looking to sweat these a little bit. We're not looking for a lot of color, and we are not worried about that brown stuff on the bottom of the pan. In fact, you kind of want that brown stuff. Keep them moving. You don't want them, like I said, you don't want them to brown. And we're on a medium high heat here. This is going to be like a Cajun style red sauce. Alright, we're sweated down pretty well. I got 3 cloves of minced garlic because I love garlic. I just want to make a note that I did a lot of editing and cuts in the beginning of this video trying to shorten it, and ended up only shortening it by 1.5 minutes. So I just let it run from this point because it literally only took me 10 minutes to get this sauce from the time I put the bacon in till the end. So I'm just going to let it ride. And I got a teaspoon of jalapeno. And here's the part where I tell you, you don't have to use jalapeno at all if you don't want to. You can use more, you can use less. I've got some other chilies going in here of the dry persuasion, so adjust to whatever heat level you're looking for. And again, we add those near the end because they're minced pretty fine. You don't want to burn them up. Okay, now we're going to go down to a medium heat. And we're going to use 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And a 1/4 cup of white wine. I'm using a Pinot Grigio, but you can use whatever kind of wine you like, as long as it's a white wine. Now you see all that brown came off. That's the fond, and that's just a fancy word for stuck on flavor. We're going to let that reduce just a little bit. While that's reducing, we can go ahead and use our dry seasonings. I'm using a teaspoon of salt. This is my usual, it's smoked salt. You can find it at grocery stores. You're going to have to go to specialty stores. And again, Plain white salt is fine. Kosher salt, sea salt, just not iodized salt. I got a teaspoon of chipotle powder. It's gonna have a little bit of a kick. But in this, I'm looking for that smoky flavor too. That's why we started off with the bacon. We got smoked salt, we got smoked paprika going in next. And chipotle powder, those are all smoky flavors. So we've got 3 tablespoons of paprika. Now you can see most of the moisture is evaporated away. We're starting to get this very fragrant, almost a paste. So now we're going to use, this is one 14-ounce can, and I said can, nothing wrong with can, of fire roasted tomatoes. Now you can find these at any grocery store. Rinse the bowl out a little bit. You can find those at pretty much any grocery store nationwide. I'm pushing that smoke flavor, so fire roasted tomatoes for this. And I say canned tomatoes because it's a good way to have this dish in the off season when tomatoes aren't their best. Fresh tomatoes will also give you a more pinkish tone to your sauce, and we're looking for a red sauce. So don't use cans exclusively, but don't be afraid to use some every now and then. We're going to bring this back up to a simmer. We're going to leave it at a medium heat to do that. Okay, we're back up to a simmer. Leave it go for about 4 or 5 minutes. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of freshly chopped thyme. And a teaspoon of freshly chopped parsley. And again, those go in right at the end because I don't want them to get too dark. I want you to be able to see them. They're nice little pops of bright green. Turn off the heat, and that's ready to eat. And that's it for today. Make sure to check back tomorrow and see what we're going to do with this and the grits that we had from yesterday. And like always, make sure to click, like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell icon.